Hi, it's me, Annalisa. This is my spiritual friend. It's Sunday, June 13th, 2021. I hope everybody's doing well. I am going to do the regular announcements as always. All readings and divinations are for the purposes of entertainment only. This is in accordance with the laws like the fortune telling law that New York has and several other states have these kind of laws. So basically, proceed with caution. All your decisions are yours and yours alone. I am a reverend in the Spiritualist Church. Doing readings and giving messages is a part of our religious practice. So I sort of am covered under those auspices. If you need a doctor, a lawyer, a therapist, or a financial advisor, please seek those. That is not me, and that is not what I'm here for. I'm a spiritual advisor. Okie doke. Another announcement, I do have my psychic development circles that will be starting. There will be one starting July 1st, and then another one, I think it's July 5th. So there'll be a Tuesday morning, my time, Eastern time. I'm on the New York time. Or there's a Thursday night one at 9 p.m. I have to work around bedtimes. So that's why I pick the times that I do. And they last about an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half. This is, they will be closed circles, which means it will be the same group of people that meet each week for a 6-week rotation. And this gives you a safe place to practice, because I always say practice makes perfect. No matter what you do, the more you do it, the better you get at it, the more connected you get with it. And it's for beginners as well as advanced people. A lot of you want to connect with your intuition, but don't necessarily want to give readings, and that's totally cool. This is a place to do that. Laura, I did get your payment, so I'll add you to the list. Hello, Broken Justice. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. If you are old, I love you. Thank you for always supporting me. This is a really lovely community, very supportive and wonderful group of people. So I have my psychic development circles. Someone asked me if they did one individual mentoring session, would it be helpful? And I actually kind of was steering them towards the psychic development versus doing one individual session. I'm probably going to take that off, only because I think that with the practice, you'll get more out of it. In the first session with mentoring, we sort of go over all the basics and I give you a couple exercises and things like that. But I think for less money, you'll get more out of doing the psychic development circles. Or I'll check my payments in just a minute. Oh, you were Broken Justice's chatter. Okay, got it. So I got your payment. So I'm going to put you in as Broken Justice. Changing your name, and then I'll update the list for KK in just a moment. So that's what I'm doing. I think that they're really, I'm really excited about them. And I really hope I've got a couple people signed up. I hope some more people sign up, because I think you would really, really benefit from it. And like I said, it's for beginners and advanced people. Everybody's welcome. Okay, KK. Let's see, what else do I have? Devery, I got your second question too. Don't worry, I got your second payment. What's the other thing? Oh, my prices for private readings will be going up starting July 1st as well. I thought, hey, 7 years without a pay raise, I deserve one. You're getting the all the wisdom and the growth and the knowledge that I've gained. So I'm going to give myself a pay raise. So that's that. I hope everybody is well and doing well. I'm really kind of enjoying my own spiritual practice and journey. I've been growing and doing a lot of growth myself, and I hope to share that wisdom with you all. And that's that. So please please subscribe, share me with your friends, all of that good stuff. I'm so close to 1,000. KK, is there any way for you to, I don't know how to do that while I'm doing live. My YouTube, sharing my YouTube. Hang on, let me see if I can figure that out. I'm afraid that if I hit my channel while I'm doing this live, that it will bounce me out of the live session. Is there any way any of you can do, like, open up a second window, open it up just to my page and share it to here, copy and share? Let me see if I can do it. Give me a moment. We'll see if we can make the magic happen. This is live. Let me go to. Now let me do. I don't want to claim any offers. Hold on just a second. I'm going to go into the chat. Just a second. This is weird. Go into the chat. Just a second. There we go. Done? Done. Oh, KK just did it too. Did it come from my thing too? I'm just curious. Anyway, so howdy doody. So KK, to add to the list, I think if you could make Devry 2. Off of there. Okay, there. It should actually, it's supposed to have it, like if you do / my spiritual friend, it's supposed to work. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, okay, so the list, why are you sorry? Who's sorry? I don't know what's going on. Okay, so we got Ashley, Starry Sky, Devry has 2, Ali has 2, Rochdon has 2. Then I've got Laura, and then I have Alex, Broken Justice, and Lana. That's who I've got going right now, and I will check the PayPal. And then if you could like and subscribe, please, pretty please. I hope everybody is well. Talk about beautiful synchronicities. I went for an appointment this morning and I walked in, the girl and I were talking, and I was like, she's like, what are you doing today? And I said, so I do this thing. And I said, I'm a psychic medium. I gave her all my information because then we started talking about manifesting, and you guys know that I totally love manifesting. And okay, so hang on. Okay, so I've got Lana, and then Dulcie. No, wait, which is Laura H. So there's a couple Lauras on here. So please, please, please listen for your name. I'll say Laura O or Laura H. So if you listen, that way you know that. So Laura and Aura, there's all these names. So just listen carefully, please, today. That would be lovely. Julian, I know you have a different screen name. And then Mariana, I've got hers. So there's Julian, but Julian has a different screen name and I forgot it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Mariana, and then Lisa, who might be Lily. Sorry, Lily. All right, so let me update this. KK, just in case I confused you. Lightning Spark 100. I knew it. I knew there was a different one. Thank you, dear. I feel like you should be like a little like Japanese cartoons where it's like they're like the little speed, like, oh, go Speed Racer. That's what I'm thinking of. Go Speed Racer. Go Speed Racer. Sorry. Okay. Let me see. Oh, you took it back. You took it back. Oh, thank you. It's a little wet. So it really does take like 4 hours for my hair to fully dry, like air dry. It's insane. So this is 2 hours dry time. I own hair dryers. They just really, my arm gets tired. My elbow gets tired. My mom bought, like the old timey things that you can hook to a hair dryer or whatever. And like, it's like a bubble that goes over your head. It's like a plastic bubble. She has that. I thought about getting one, but I have a hard time even going to hairdressers and like sitting for hours. So I dye my own hair because the times I've gone and got it done, I'm like, it's like so painful for me to sit and do that. I wish I could say like I enjoyed it. I like my hairdresser and I like talking to her, but like I'm always thinking like, okay, I've got so much other stuff I need to be doing. So it's like really hard for me to sit there. And like nails, I don't like getting my nails done. I mean, I'll like occasionally like getting my toes done, but it's also hard for me because as soon as somebody touches me, like y'all, it's like I don't even have to sit near you when I'm getting messages, right? So like imagine if they're like touching me, it's like, so like the whole time instead of like relaxing, I'm thinking, please go away, please go away, please go away, please go away. Plus I'm insanely ticklish. So like them when they're doing like all the like the scrubbing and stuff. So I do that occasionally, very rarely. A lot of times I just paint my own nails because I'm like, I think that they do such a better job and everything looks so much better when they do, but it's like trade-off. Hate massages. Again, like I think I prefer like when my chiropractor just like squeezes in and gets the muscles if I need something, but like otherwise, like the minute I close my eyes and take a deep breath, like relax, well, hello, flooding in all of their stuff. And I get people talk about like, but that's how I work. That's how I read. So it's like, it's not really like, let me just shut it off. Like I'm always open. This is like, why would you shut off your eyesight? Right. So it doesn't work for me anyway. Yeah, I wish I could say like I was more like, but I'm just, this is me. All right. Smiles and all. Let's go. Miss Ashley Patterson, did you type your question? Lightning Spark, I got yours. Or I got yours. No worries. Let me see. Let me just check her list and make sure that I usually send her what I get ahead of time. And then there was all of a sudden I looked up about 1 minute before and there was all these payments. So let me add Miss KK in. Laura O had a question about the circle. Tell me. I'll answer. Let me see if I can find it. So I got snuck KK in there, Laura O. Yes, we do. Okay, so this is the way the circles are. Are you ready? So I am a certified seance conductor. So as a spiritualist reverend, we have to be a certified seance conductor and a certified psychic medium. And I've been certified since 2008, 2007. Yeah, something like that, 2007, 2008. I was ordained in 2017, but I did all this other stuff ahead of time. And then so certified psychic medium, certified seance conductor. I am a certified energy healer. And I'm a spiritualist reverend. So how we do, they call me their seances or message circles. In the spiritualist churches, we sit in a circle or a virtual circle. And I'll say an opening prayer and we'll do an opening meditation. So we'll do, short, not super, super long so that we can leave time for messages and stuff and growth. And then we all place our name in the circle. And then we start giving messages. Now, the energy is usually higher when everybody is there. I will tell you that the first time that I joined, I had done a psychic development course. And the first time I did a circle for HSI, and this is after I had realized I had these abilities, like that I could tap into it, because I knew that things happened to me, but I didn't realize I could I thought it was a one-way communication, and I just was waiting around for stuff to happen. I didn't realize I could just it's two ways, right? So the first circle I said, and this is to give you confidence that this is the encouragement to get there, is I literally sat there and I was like, I wasn't getting anything for anybody. And I'm going to help you figure out if you're getting something, how you're getting something, how to deepen your connection with it and do more with it rather than just go, I'm a dead fish here and let's just see what happens. So the first thing I did, I sat there and I saw somebody and I saw in my mind's eye, so not in front of me, a picture of a roulette wheel. No clue what it meant. I didn't know how to develop the language, and I'm going to help you develop your language. This is being a facilitator, helper, teacher is. So I didn't know what it meant. And I told the person, I go, I don't know what this means, but this is what I saw. And they go, yeah, I don't know what it means either. Because I thought, well, maybe they're a gambler. But the person 3 seats down from me goes, oh my God, I saw that same thing around them. So the profoundness wasn't that they received this amazing message. The profoundness was that I received validation from the great beyond, the veil, whatever, your guides, whatever, that if that person's seeing it too and I'm seeing it, there's something to it. So it was like, okay, I'm connecting. That's huge, especially when you're in the beginning, to get that validation that there is something happening. You're not crazy. You're not making it up. It's not, there's a purpose and a reason for it. So it's not, I mean, I'm going to help you, but we're sitting in there doing stuff. So I will ask you to lower your lights and keep it a little darker to see if you get, it's harder to do like when we do a circle in person, it's dark. And you might have just like a little candle or something because you can see energy and movement and things like that. And then in a spiritualist church, we'll even have a trumpet, which is like a cone, not like a trumpet, but like it looks like a cone. And you put it in the center. And you have like a table in the center, and you put it in the center, and then you have candles, 1 or 2 candles lit, and you can see the movement. So then you'll get physical movement of the trumpet. And I've only, in all the circles that I did, I only ever had the trumpet move once. So that's what we do. That's how we do it. Because I feel like I'm a sort of deep end kind of life person. So I just think jump in and get moving, because I don't know, why pussyfoot around? That's the saying, right? Sorry. So yeah. So join. Hi. I'm looking forward to it, because I think also it's just so exciting to watch people, like the light bulb go on and they're like, oh my God, this is happening for me too. So, okay. Miss Ashley Patterson. And you can find that on my website, myspiritualfriend.com. There's a page that says Psychic Development Circle. So you can sign up for it there. And then I send you a little email and say, welcome, I'm so excited you've joined. And I will send out further information before the circle. There are rules, there are guidelines. It's extremely respectful space. It's extremely respectful and safe space. We do this with lots of love and encouragement and positive energy. Hi, Alex. Okay. Yeah, the hair thing is no fun. Okay, so Ashley says, when will Khalil and I speak again, and what are his intentions? You said last week we'd talk and that he likes me even though he ghosted me. I messaged him a few days ago and he read it, but no response. Stop messaging him. Stop that. I keep getting that it's like out. So ignore him. Don't pay attention to him. We oftentimes get into this, like I feel like it's like 2 to 3 weeks out. So, but here's the other part of that is I've gotten so huge into this manifesting thing and this idea that it's really about how to get in alignment. Like I've decided now that it's not that all the other people are crap. It's just that they're missing a huge point of like law of attraction and Abraham Hicks and all of them. It's like they make it so much more difficult. And really, it's like Dylan James has this right. It is about you, your value. Do you value yourself? Do you know that you're worthy and you're valuable and you're perfect just as you are, and that there's nobody outside of you that needs to validate you or honor you or anything else. It's just you. You are the only person that needs to say that I am worthy, I am valuable. And when I was doing these enough, and I'm going to tell you another story about this, but this is important for you. When I was doing these enough, I was sitting then, I like to write in a journal, and I was sort of writing, I am whole, I am complete. And it just pinged to me why the whole twin flame thing and the divine counterpart and all that bullshit is wrong. It's bullshit. Because it's still saying that if you say I am whole, and all the spiritual community says you are whole on your own, you don't need anybody else, and then they have this idea of twin flame counterpart bullshit, whatever, that just, it's like not, then it says that you aren't whole and complete on your own when you are completely whole on your own. And all the other stuff is just like, you want to share your whole and completeness with somebody else, but like, you don't need them. So If he's ghosting you, you need to go and you're worried about, oh my God, why is he rejecting me? I don't deserve to be. You are perfect just as you are. So then you need to ask yourself, instead of like, what do they think of me? What do I think of them? What do I think of Khalil? What makes him so special that I'm so worried about him ghosting me? And why isn't he paying attention to me? Then that says, like, if I'm worried about those, why is that a trigger for me? I have a belief system in here that I'm not valuable and I'm not worth it. So I don't know that this is so much psychic, is really you're just getting some of my wisdom and my knowledge that I've been like focusing on lately. So I feel like he'll contact you within 2 to 3 weeks. I actually feel like even then you'll be like, because you're going to be doing this stuff, or you're going to go, there's something to this Dylan James stuff. Anna keeps talking about it. I'm going to focus on that. And then you're going to be like, I don't really give a shit about Khalil anymore because I want somebody better. I don't think he's good enough for you, to be honest with you. And it's not about like, I'm so amazing, but you are so amazing. It's not an ego trip. You are amazing just for being you. And the guys go, she needs to hear this. If you can heal this part of you before you ever get in a serious relationship, you just thank your lucky stars for that. Why didn't he respond? Because he's being a dick and it's a power play. It's like, I mean, I hate to be like that, but that's the truth. It's a power play. And because he can sense, like, so whether people think that they're psychic or not, they also, because they're like, he can sense like that neediness, and it's repelling him. So then if you look at also the manifesting idea that like everybody is just a reflection of you, right? Everybody's just a reflection of you. So if I believe in here, I'm not valuable, I'm not chosen, I'm not worthy, I'm not wonderful, I'm not perfect, then they're just putting that play on out here for you. They're just playing out that role for you out here. She's not that great anyway. I'm not saying he necessarily thinks that. So change that. I am valuable. I am worthy. Put on a pair of headphones if you don't live alone. If you live alone, then like you don't need the headphones, whatever. But I don't live alone. And I also just like the comfort of like, I wear these, like, it looks like, I don't know, it's like a sleep headband, and like the headphones are really super flat and they actually kind of sit in front of your ears here, or at least they do on mine because maybe I have a big head. I don't know. And I just like it, like I've had all kinds of crazy dreams. And even because he talks about doing this for 21 days, even at like 17 or 18, I thought that I would be at this like super Zen place. And what was weird is I started like not being able to sleep with the headphones on, like pulling them off, things happening, all this weird stuff happening. And then I was telling KK this, that I saw like my guides showed me, and this is where you work with your guides on this through this, because I was kind of like, what the fuck is going on? And my guide showed me what's called a teratoma. So it's like a tumor that's made up of like, they're really gross. I learned about them in nursing school. They're made up, like, you'll find like teeth and hair and all that, whatever. And so it looked like this giant teratoma with eyeballs all over it. And I was like, that shit's still in me. Like all those memories that I've repressed, all of those belief systems that have been put in me, all that. I'm like, great, it's still there. None of this is working. It's just going to be stuck. And they kind of worked with me throughout the days where it was sort of like, no, shift the perspective. I said 2 to 3 weeks, and I feel like he'll just contact you. I don't have a reason for it. It just feels like he'll contact you. Okay. Everything was going okay until your belief systems kicked in that I'm not valuable, I'm not chosen, everybody always leaves, nobody ever sees my worthiness, because you don't see your worthiness and your value. That's what happened. Quite literally, that's the kind of stuff that happens. So I'm telling you, maybe I should just start making these. Should I start making these? Since I talk about it so much. Affirmation tapes. I'm telling you, listen to his affirmation tapes. They work. So what happened was, so I saw this teratoma thing, and then they were kind of like, okay, it's not that it's stuck in you, it's finally coming up and rising to the top where you can remove this and get rid of it. It's not buried so deep that you can't see it anymore. And it was like this light bulb went off. I was like, I can do energy work on this. So I sort of like energetically removed it. And then as I did the thing again, I started saying like, I easily accept and allow these to now take place and root within me, these new belief systems. And I no longer need these older ones. And then it started calming down and like things are kind of happening again. And I'm still listening to them past the 21 days because why not? But I'm seeing movement and I'm seeing a lot more alignment. So like I said, 2 to 3 weeks, and I feel like he's going to contact you, but I really feel like what would be the most beneficial for you is to focus on relieving yourself of these belief systems, because you're going to keep running into this issue in all relationships, but especially romantic relationships where you keep meeting people and they keep ghosting you, or they're not, or it's like a struggle. And then you finally meet someone and they stay with you, but then they emotionally sort of abandon you. You're going to go into all of this stuff. So change the story, change the foundation of where you are solo by yourself, so that when you bring someone in, they're at a healthier spot too. They're at a higher vibrational spot and they're in alignment with healthy. I even want to change that idea of healing, because that fucking pisses me off too. Like, you're not broken. You were never broken. You got shitty programming. You came with like the lowest level of processor, generational belief system bullshit. And so you're giving yourself an upgrade. You are updating yourself. You are not broken. You don't need healing because you're not broken. Broken suggests that there's something wrong. You're not. You just didn't get the best software. And so you're updating your software. Okay? Okay. Off my platform, Ashley. Starry Sky, you're up. And then Devry. And hello, Allie. Macaque Stingray, hi. You're welcome. And I didn't mean to lecture you, but I don't know. You know what I mean. Will my nephew Harry ever agree to get help and stop breaking my brother's heart? Ha. Okay. Okay, Stephanie, I'll check it out. Okay, so I'm not meaning to like, I do see movement in 2 to 3 months, but it feels like what they told me, they just said it's a tower moment. It's a tower moment in 2 to 3 months. So that means something big's going to happen in that relationship in 2 to 3 months. And I feel like that's when not your nephew, but your brother goes to get help. So there is like, it's like they're showing me a push and pull, and it shows me like with your brother, a real resistance to getting his own therapy and doing his own real self-help, reprogramming and healing kind of stuff. Hi, Nasty Woman Tarot, welcome. I saw an interesting thing today, and I really was like, it was, I don't remember who the woman is on Instagram that I started following, but she said she doesn't like to do therapy for kids because the parents drag the kid in that's the problem child, and he's creating all the problems in the family and hurting everybody. And they're like, and she says, and what the problem is not the child, but the parent. They're like projecting everything on them, and they've created this stuff, right? So it's not that the nephew like wakes up to all of this, because I do feel like a substance abuse thing too. It's that your brother goes, I need help because I'm codependent and I've got all of this other stuff, and sort of starts to reflect on his own participation in the process. Yeah. And that's where the tower moment is, like where it's like he's like, I need to do something for me, and then that sort of sets them off on a different trajectory of healthier behaviors. I feel like the drug thing is still going to be a struggle for him for a few years, but I feel like your brother is actually going to be the one who ends up. Right. So the codependency thing. So your brother gets the help first, and then I think the wife starts to see a shift in the brother, and then she gets help, and the nephew is on the other thing. So everybody's going, he's such a problem. Well, listen, dependency on and addictions are a symptom of trauma. It's a symptom of trauma. It's a symptom of trauma. Where did his trauma come from? There's generational trauma. There's he has value and worth and those kind of issues going on. Maybe you could mention to him, Dylan James. I'm just saying that it is a symptom of trauma. So I would love to villainize him and say he's the whole problem, but he's not the whole problem. And I really feel like it'll start with your brother going to get help first for himself and sort of figuring out his role in the process and how to heal and deal with having a drug addicted son. And so they literally said a tower moment. So that's my fault for starting to learn about tarot. And you know what? Tower moments aren't bad. Listen, sometimes people don't go to the doctor. Most of the times people don't go to the doctor until they're really effing like a mess because they're in denial or whatever. Like there's like a lot of beauty in falling apart so that you can pick up the pieces and rebuild it with more strength. Devry and Allie, you guys are up. So I get all of these notifications from YouTube, and apparently My Little Pony is letting me know. That would be courtesy of my 4-year-old. Okay. I was convinced to stay, but I adjusted enough of the noise and the hazardous conditions air-wise. So question 1 is, when do you see the bird situation getting taken care of? Okay, so I wish I could say this is going to be quick, but what I feel like is going to happen is, so, you know, when you do an eviction process, it takes time because they're showing me like, so it takes, I'm feeling 6 to 8 weeks for the paperwork to process and all of that stuff and get to like them to go through the courts and do everything. And then it gets sent to the sheriff. So it feels like maybe another month or 2 before, and then it gets processed that way. It feels like there is like, I don't know this for sure, but the feeling is that there's the backup just because of COVID and like past evictions. So, and I feel like this person, and then they said she or whoever will stay until like the last possible minute. And it's going to be a cleanup. I wish I could say it was quick, but it's really not a quick process. I mean, in the grand scheme of your entire life, it's not that long, but you're suffering and it sucks. And it feels like a long time. More involved socially. So I feel like, so I'm asking the different things of like, would it be doing like, I keep getting pulled towards doing volunteer work. It's not through like social, it could be like a social organization, like an AKA or something like that. But I actually feel like it's more, I see you doing more volunteer work and then meeting people through like that with common interests that way. Um, and oddly enough, as much as you're leaving that apartment for an animal situation, I actually could see you doing volunteer work with like an animal rescue organization or something like that, or doing even like a Special Olympics. Cause I feel like something more where I feel like I'm doing more for others. And it's like, and it's easy to give of yourself in that way, it feels like. I wish I could say like, cause I'm like, I don't see it being like, you know, joining a hiking group or something like that. It feels like I'm actually doing like volunteer work. And that's how then I meet people that are sort of more in line with my energetic, spiritual connection, belief system kind of thing. Because I don't feel you like being a drinker or a partier. You can stay there and play it out, but I'm telling you time-wise how long it takes for that person to get out. So that's like really kind of on you, whether or not you think you can tolerate that, but it's going to take a little while. It's not as short. It's not like 4 weeks and they're out, because, you know, it's like kind of dragged out just because of legally they have to go through certain steps and procedures to get stuff done. Allie, I'm curious about my husband's personality. And my second question, can you tell me your husband's first name? Wait. Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry. Your future husband. Sorry. I thought that was weird. I was like, I didn't think she was married. Because you're not. I feel like he's going to be a little bit quieter in his demeanor. Like he's going to be more of the introvert. He'll be a little bit more introspective as well. It doesn't mean he doesn't have a good sense of humor. He won't be kind of funny, like, but he's just like he'll keep to himself a little bit more. Laura, I'll call you in just if you're just a little bit away. Okay, and then your second one is Alex. The pharmacy is a thing for you. He's always nice to me, so I wonder if he's interested. Allie, you should do these self-concept affirmations as well. I just really feel like you would benefit from them. Yeah, he'll be smart. He'll be more analytical. I'm not getting like a physical attraction, but I just feel like he's like a really, really nice person. And I'm not saying that the physical attraction wouldn't or couldn't be there. I just feel like he's just genuinely a really nice person. And so like likes your energy kind of thing, but I don't feel like I'm like, wow, chicka bow wow, you know? Sorry. Yeah. So that's what I feel about Alex. I really, 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 really think that you should do this self-concept stuff and listen to the things at night. I think that you would really benefit from it. All right, so Rachdan, did you type your questions yet? No, I don't think so. So Rachdan, KK, and Laura, I'll check yours in just a minute. I get it. Sometimes it's hard to tell, especially when you're like, you know. Okay. When are you going to get married, and anything I'm doing wrong? Any guidance, please? Someone told me that I might meet someone around this year, October or later. Not sure. I actually feel like marriage 2 years from now. So that doesn't mean you don't meet somebody, right? That's just when it happens. I'm not getting a no or a huge light up, but I'm getting like that feeling of like, yeah, it could be the fall. Like, it's not that you're doing anything wrong, because you're not doing anything wrong. When we have subconscious belief systems, and this is another thing, maybe all of you needed to hear this, like me ranting and raving about, like, you have to shift your subconscious belief systems about value. And I do feel like there's a lot of cultural belief systems and familial belief systems about what you have to be in order to be a good wife or this or that, and it's sort of like, they're like, nah, you need to just know that you are perfect just as you are. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to think a certain way. You don't have to act a certain way. You just need to like love yourself completely where you're at, and know that even in all of our imperfections, we are completely perfect just as we are. Will he be a new person? Yeah, I don't feel like you've met him yet. Do you do arranged marriages or something? Because it's interesting, because it feels like maybe you, I actually might be, it might not be this fall. It might actually be next fall. And it feels like feels like very quick. Like, so I meet and it's very quick before marriage. That's why I'm wondering, I don't know if you do arranged marriages or not. But it just, whatever it is, it's like, it feels like it's quick. Okay. So, it feels like, so it might not be this fall that you meet. It might actually be like 18 months from now. And then marriage, like within 6 months from that. Like, it feels like very quick. I'm going to say this with all of you, because I think it's really important, especially when you're looking for a partner. Because even if it's arranged, it'll be like the universe brings in the right vibrational match for you. So if you're at a vibrational match where it's like, maybe someone will like me, maybe someone will think I'm pretty enough, maybe somebody will see the value in me, maybe they'll know that I'm nice, maybe they'll treat me well, maybe. Instead of being like, I'm a badass, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm funny, I'm worthy, I'm chosen, and I don't have to prove it to anybody. I can just be these things and know that that's enough for me. I don't need anybody outside to tell me that. I just know that I am these things, that I am lovable, and that I create love within me, and that I share that love with others. And I don't need anybody to tell me that I'm lovable and I'm valuable and all those things. If you can get that programmed in your head, you're automatically vibrationally higher. And then it's just like everything just starts happening. And then the person that comes in, even if it's a match, right? Even if somebody's picking you up, it's like the right one, the universe lines up all of the stuff vibrationally where you're at to come to you. And it's not about, let me get this, toxic positivity and like everything's okay. It doesn't mean that, like, even though I'm working on becoming in vibrational alignment and like, that like God is within me and all, all around me and all of that stuff. Even if I'm whole and complete on my own, it doesn't mean that I don't get sad. It doesn't mean that, but it also means that I don't stay in this low, deep, dark place and go, the whole world is falling apart and nothing's ever going to work out for me and blah, blah, blah. No, everything's always working out in my favor. This is stupid, but I went to Williams Sonoma yesterday to get something. I was looking for something for Father's Day for my husband, and I had a $15 credit, like that's like the rewards things. And so I was like, I'll just get it from there. I could get it from a million other stores and probably cheaper, but I was like, whatever, I'll just use it towards this. And like, they didn't have it. They said they had it in stock. They didn't have it, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just use this credit. And I bought some white balsamic vinegar. Because I was like, whatever, I don't know what else to get. And so I'm waiting there. And I get back to the counter and like, then all of a sudden nobody's at the counter and I'm like waiting. And the woman was like kind of frantic and frustrated. And I just thought, well, whatever, like it's all going to work out in my favor. Like instead of, I could have gotten pissed off and annoyed that they didn't have anything and they weren't going to give me this, whatever. And I could have ordered online, but then they would have charged me $11 for shipping. And I'm like, well, that's stupid. Like, I don't want to pay $11 for shipping when I could probably get the same product for like whatever. So I was just like that. No, that's fine. I'm here. I'll get something else and I'll buy what I wanted to buy somewhere else. Anyhow, long story short, like then in the middle of the purchase, the credit card reader like messes up and it's not reading, it's not doing anything. And I'm like, well, it doesn't say. She's like, just put your card. I'm like, it's not working, whatever. And she's like, oh, you're going to lose your key rewards. Like, so we went to this other, she's like, oh, you just lost them. I don't know. You'll never get them back. And I was like, in my head, I was like, everything always works out in my favor. Everything's always working out for me. So we're standing there at the other one. There's line piling up. She's frustrated. And I'm just sitting there calm, like, responding to some emails and doing the things I do. And just everything's going to work out in my favor. It's fine. It's fine. And then it ended up, she got it all. She was like, it's going to take, like, I was like, well, can you call someone? Like, you don't know what to do. You can call someone. It's going to take like 30 minutes. I'm like, okay. Like, everything's working out in my favor. No problem. And it did. It took her 5 minutes. It didn't take 30 minutes. And it all like worked out. It was fine. And then she said I was so nice. She gave me 2 lifesavers because I donated to the Trevor Project instead of just 1. So 2 lifesavers. And it wasn't about, so again, it's not like all these massive miracles. It's just like staying in alignment, staying calm, like knowing everything's working out for you. It doesn't mean that like things don't go wrong or you don't get sad or you just chill the fuck out about it. Good. Update me about all that. So I'm going to keep pounding this in because I really think it's really important. So it's going to keep pounding in. And then you said when I may get a product-based job. So I actually feel that comes pretty quickly in the next 2 to 3 months. And I feel like it's just like literally it just falls in. Like it's not that it falls in your lap, but like you see it and you're like apply for it and you have it. It may even be like within the same company that you're in or like an umbrella. If it's an umbrella company where there's a parent company and there's several companies underneath the umbrella, but it feels like it's not that far away. And it's sort of like because you start realizing you're valuable and worthy and that this is something that can easily come to you and it happens very quickly. So maybe you get it in 2 months and you start in 3 months, but it's very quick. It's not long at all. Okay, KK, you were up. Allie said I had a guy ask me out last week. I can't tell if it's me or my looks, you know? What can you not tell? KK and Laura O, you're up. Two years, very quick, 2 years. I got 2 years. And then I actually think you move into something bigger or nicer. Like, I don't know if it's bougie, but it's nicer. Regarding my career, it's shifting and I'd like some insight here, especially around timing. That sounds awesome. I love it. I love hearing that. Hi, Meg. I love hearing when you say the readings come true, because that's part of my mindset is I'm connected. I'm directly connected. I help people, that kind of stuff. It's not too late to pay. You can pay for a question. I need to just double check those anyway, because I've been on a rambling rampage. Okay, so Laura, we want to look at your Laura O. We want to look at your career. So if you can add purple Stephanie after Lily. So it's not about you're still worried about how other people see you. It's not about how you come off. Like, you're just attracting the people that will energetically vibrate with how you see yourself, how you value yourself, and how worthy you are. So if you think you're a badass, you're going to attract people who see that you are amazing and wonderful and smart and funny and valuable. Whereas if you feel are kind of lower, you're also going to attract people who are in that same vibrational level. Like, if you're really, really insecure about yourself, you're going to attract somebody who A, is also insecure, and B, who amplifies your insecurities. So no, Laura, now I'm answering you. Sorry, I was answering Allie. Okay, so your question regarding your career, it's shifting, and I'd like some insight, especially around timing. Okay, so okay, I don't know what this means, because they said there are big changes ahead, and it says especially in 6 months, but they're saying and not before then, because it feels like there's some kind of payout or something that happens before then. So say if I left before the 6 month time mark, then I would miss a pay raise, or like a bonus or something of some sort. Like, say they had a guarantee that if you stay this amount of time, you get this, whatever. So it says change in 6 months, but not before then, because, and I don't know if this exactly translate, but it's the only way they can, like, when I'm in a dark room full of like whatever, sometimes they'll say like, oh, this person's in, like, I looked at a friend one time and I was like, oh, before I knew, I just met her and I was like, oh, you're a graphic designer. Like, I just knew. She's like, yeah. I don't know what you do, but it's the feeling of like, you can't leave before this time, because there's something big, it could even be like a big certification or a big award, or there's something big that you have to receive before then, or a lesson or a knowledge or something, or it could even be financial. I wish I could say like, this is exactly what it is, but it's like receiving this something big. And if you leave at like the 4 to 5 month mark, and then you leave at 6 months. So it's like, you need that in order to move, shift, or do whatever this is. I don't feel like it's changing careers. It just feels like leaving, moving on, moving forward, taking that step. Does this resonate at all with you? What is 6 months from now? Like December? Because I feel like November, December. I did 2 years. I said 2 years, and KK, this is for you. 2 years, and I felt like it's going to be like bigger and nicer, your apartment that you move into. So maybe that's because you're, in fact, I know it's because you'll be making more money. And I said, I don't think it'll be bougie, because I don't see you being bougie, but it just feels like kind of like a step up. Bourgeoisie. Okay, so that's what I feel for you, Laura. February also feels significant towards like this like expansion. So it may not be exactly a payout. It may be like a certain portion of knowledge or something. That's why I said I don't know if it's like this, but it's like feels like this gift or this prize or something. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's like this something. It feels like that might happen in like September. I'm feeling more solid because I'm like, so I'll sometimes like go like in my head, I'll be like September, October, and then like, no, not back that up. So it feels like more September than October. Yes, I do feel like it will be profitable. Like it felt like when I say expansion, it feels like expansion. The guy who does Minnow Pond Tarot, I think that's what it's called. His first name is Chris. I don't remember his last name, but he'll say like you're getting a glow up. Like that's sort of the feeling I get is like kind of this expansion. Perfect. Excellent. I'm glad that I could help you. So like and subscribe and all of that stuff. Maybe you're tapping into your intuition. You could join my circle. I have to unapologetically try and sell this because I think it's a really wonderful experience. Like I know that you guys will get a lot from it if you join it. So pushing it. Alex E, you're up, and then Broken Justice. And then we will close it out. 1, 2, 3. We'll see how we're doing on time. Let me see. We'll probably close it out soon. Harleen, you have to pay the $5, and then 30% goes to charity. That's how I do it here. But the list is still open. So Alex wants a general reading and a general for, okay, okie dokie. This is weird. Oh. Okay. Like, so they said, and I'll go through and explain this because I'm just going to kind of work through how they were talking about it. He said she's running out of options and ideas and opportunities. And it feels like more creatively speaking. And then I literally saw your foot being slammed in the door. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I was like, what? And it just feels like, it's like you're standing in your own way for this door to close so that other opportunities can open. And they're sort of like your own block. You're blocking yourself from having all of this kind of like come to you and have things open up to you more. Career-wise, are you in the creative arts or doing something more creative like writing, or because it feels like when you might have like a writer's block or something like that? Does this resonate, Alex? Okay, no problem. Thank you for all of your help, KK. It's okay. So I want to go before it gets to find her list. You make videos. Oh, okay, perfect. Hold on just a second. I just want to. Just want to copy and paste something real quick. So I can, okay. It's okay. So it just feels like you're like, you've got your foot in the door still, and they're like, we need to close this door. We need to close this door. We need to close this door. Get your foot out of the way. Like, stop trying to let this process end because you're so afraid there's not going to be another opportunity or something else coming in. They're like, get your foot out of the door. Like, this needs to close. This door needs to close so that then all the other opportunities can come in. So out of fear, you're trying to like hold on to this thing, and they're like, let it go. It's time. Don't beat a dead horse. Does that make sense? So get out of your own way. Move your foot from the door. So I'm going to, since you're delayed, I'm going to go on and go ahead and read for, yay, I would love if you did. Okay, it makes sense. Perfect. Good. I'm glad that makes sense for you because it makes 0 sense for me, but enough for me to understand and be able to pass it on. And that's all that matters. Okay. Broken Justice, you wanted a general reading. And then I'm going to do this and put the list. And then I've got, hang on, I'm going to try and keep it nice like KK keeps it. Lily, and then I've got Purple Stephanie. Sorry for not capitalizing. Please forgive me. And Meg. All right, that's our list. Okie doke. All right, Broken Justice. Let's see where we are going to go. Have you been having a whole lot of anxiety lately and headaches? Headaches and headaches and headaches. This is for Broken Justice. Yes, okay. So I think a couple things are happening here, or my feeling is a couple of things are happening here. One, I actually feel like you're dehydrated because I just closed my eyes and got dizzy. And I feel like drinking more water. Your body is 70 or 75% water. If you don't drink enough, it kind of gets a little wacky. Drink more water. I also feel like, so energetically, you're tapping too much into all this work that you're doing. And you need to like consciously take time to step away from it and clear your energy of it and like do happy, uplifting things and sort of shift your energy. You need to find a balance out of it because you're actually connecting in with the energies of those that have crossed over. And it's like kind of creating I don't want to say like an energetic attachment, but it's just like, I keep getting pulled to this example, and I'm not saying this is exactly what's happening to you, but like Heath Ledger was a method actor, right? And when he died, I was like, oh God, like I didn't know a lot about him, but I knew I was like, he really took on that role of the Joker and like took on that role and sort of like shifted into this really unhealthy mental space. You need to do stuff where you're kind of balancing into a healthier, more uplifting space. So maybe even when you sleep at night, and this sounds strange, but it's like to reset all of the stuff you're kind of immersed in while you're doing your work. To reset is do the affirmations at night. And it's not because I think you don't think you're valuable or anything, but I just feel like it needs to like kind of pull you out of what you're immersed in doing your work. Because really and truly, if you look at any manifesting principle, The Secret, the law of attraction, All of a sudden I had a brain fart. Esther and Jerry Hicks, The Law of Assumption, Dolores Cannon, like any of those, it's all about thoughts become things, thoughts become things, thoughts become things, energetically things become things. So if you're immersed in this other dark space, you're going to bring your energetic level down, like to like, and it's not like bad, good duality kind of thing. It's just like, that's where you're going to start vibrating. So it's really important that you shift that vibration. I also felt really tight in my neck, like, so I do think that there's some like carrying stress here. So like squeeze the crap out of your traps would help some of that. But I also just really feel like it's really important to pull yourself out of that energetically. Okie doke. So I've got, and drinking more water. But it's coming up with all of that physical stuff coming up for me because they're thinking that it's really important for you to focus on that right now. You're welcome. Lana and Laura H. and Aura, you guys are up if you want to go ahead and post your questions. And then I think I'm going to close the list for now, unless somebody else wanted to get in on it. I thought I saw somebody ask. Oh, Harleen. Oh, I didn't see you. General reading for Lana. I keep hearing this song. I think this is for you. Let me look up the words on it. Sorry. I think this is the song. No, it's a different one. Sorry. It's Harry Styles. I think it's Sunflower. So I just want to look at the exact lyrics and see why they keep making me hear that. Okay. Do you have somebody, so look up the lyrics of Sunflower by Harry Styles. And it's sort of like, in general, because I don't want to go through the whole thing, but it's sort of this idea that he's really into this person, but he doesn't want to seem like he's so into her. So he's like kind of doing, it's like game playing to like not seem that he's that into that person. And I'm just wondering if like the feeling I get if I'm getting pulled to that, it's like there's somebody in your life that's interested in you, but they're like playing games with you and you're like, what's going on? Why don't? You're very welcome, Broken Justice. I'm really glad. I don't know what I made you believe, but the universe brings you into these beautiful synchronicities for knowledge and wisdom that maybe you wouldn't have found somewhere else. And it happens to me all the time where I find people that like fall into my lap and I'm like, yes, that's all, like Dylan James. It's not like I'm worshiping him, but like he has this technique and this thing through the stuff that he's studied, and I think it's fantastic and I think it works. And I'm all about practical and easy and like not meditating for hours on end a day, because hello, we all have to have like experience the 3D too. And why struggle if you don't have to? So Lana, does this make sense? Is there someone you're interested in that like, but is like playing games? Cause that's what the song is about. Like where it's like, and I just feel like I'm supposed to say like, they're totally into you. They're just playing games because they don't want to seem like they're an idiot and totally into you. And then while I'm waiting for Lana to answer, I'll go ahead and work on Laura H's. Your husband, stupid men. I'm kidding. Okay. So, so he totally loves you. Totally loves you. He's just playing games. I don't know. Being human is like not fun, right? Being human is hard. They say this is the hardest plane of existence to incarnate in, but it's like you learn the most here. But sometimes I look at people and I'm like, ugh, humans. Like, you could make it so much easier. Is there a significance with sunflowers with him? Because they could have told me that a million different ways. And I'm not man-hating. It's not trying to man-hate. Just humans. Humans. Opportunity to move and work abroad again. Didn't you ask this last time? I feel like you'll go to Vancouver first. Sunflowers were at your wedding. Okay, so that's a double message there. So stop doubting his love for you and just like be in that whatever. Of course he loves me. Of course I'm chosen. Of course he thinks I'm amazing. Because I am. Stop doubting. You haven't asked this before? Someone else did then. I actually felt I'm pulled to Vancouver being the first place. And then maybe Toronto. I don't know that you'll go to the UK. It might be like a short thing in the UK, like a 5 or 6 month thing. And I feel like it would start next year. So not this year, but start next year in the fall. And it feels like because it's like a paperwork thing that would have to be pushed through. Like, but I feel like you're going to really like, so it feels like I go to Canada first. I do that first. And then I go to the UK thinking, oh, I really want to be in the UK. And then realizing like how much I really like Canada. So I'll do this quick little thing here in the UK. And then I go back to Canada. And I do feel like you might travel even to Australia, but that just feels like for a holiday visit thing. Okay. Aura A and Lightning Spark, you're up. I mean, I've never been to Australia. I would like to go there, New Zealand. And my friend is from New Zealand. He says it's New Zealand. I'm like, all right, whatever. It's not New Zealand, it's New Zealand. Fine. Spain is so amazing, right? I adore Spain. Love it. Love it. Okay, Aura wants to know, sorry, do I see Alex? I'm leaning towards October. But but it feels like a chance meeting. Like it doesn't feel like, it feels like maybe because I have other plans and I'm nearby, and it's like, it doesn't feel like a specific for you. It feels like I'm happy to be here, blah, blah, blah. I can pull apart just a couple of hours to see you or a day to see you, but I can't do like the whole trip for you. Does that make sense? And I heard Turkey or Tunisia or something like that. I don't know why Tunisia doesn't sound like Turkey, but it's like, it feels like there's quite a big difference. Oh, you live in the Canary Islands? That's very pretty. I'm like, why would you leave? Though that's kind of how people who live in Manhattan feel like, why do you leave the island? Like literally when you live in Manhattan, you feel like, oh, so far. And it's like, to go to Brooklyn or to go to Jersey. Oh, it's not. You're still planning. Okay. Why did I hear Turkey? I live like 15 miles outside of New York City, and it's really funny. Like it's like when I lived in Manhattan, I would have been like, oh my God, all the way over there. It's stupid. But that's what happens when you live in Manhattan, because like literally like, or even you'll be like, oh, I lived like, it's like, oh, I don't want to go across town. I want to go to the Upper West Side. My favorite part of Manhattan actually was the Upper West Side. I lived like in several different places through my nursing company. And that was my favorite. All right. Well, hold on to the Turkey thing. I don't know why I heard that, but hold on to that. But I do feel like it'd be like a chance kind of thing. It's not really like a super duper plan. I got to be honest. I don't know how well that Alex is going to pan out. Is he Turkish? Or does he have family from Tunisia? I wish I was better with geography. I've just never been a... Sorry. I just hear things. And so I'm sharing what I hear, because sometimes, like, I think I said to a client the other day, and it was like one of the most significant things. This is what I teach you in your psychic development. Sometimes it's just like the little things that you say. Like the last thing I heard, I'd heard several different things, and I was like, I heard French Canadian. You French Canadian? And at the end of the reading, she was like, that was actually the most significant thing for me to hear you say that, which is weird. That's what that is. Lightning Spark, Mariana, Lily, you guys are up. I wish I could say like, oh, it's all going to pan out for Alex. It just feels like it's like, I feel like you're going to meet somebody new. Somebody with more of a spark. I can be wrong. I'm happy to be wrong. Lightning Spark, hello, hello. Zoraida came to visit me unexpectedly on Thursday, but she didn't even have a conversation with me. So my logic side is like, that's totally weird. So now I'm really trying to get past that, because in my head I'm like, that's so weird, and I keep doing the logic. This is what it is when you have to go, get out, go away. It's like a messy mess thing going on in her head. So I've got like, there's like some insecurity issues and some game playing issues, and also just feeling really busy, and like her intention was to see you and talk to you, and then she got sidetracked and then just like had to go because she was in a hurry. I feel like she's really in her head. Like she's very much a warrior, very much in her head, very much a like anxiety planner. You know, like when people have really bad anxiety, they have to plan everything out to a T so that they can like clamp down on their anxiety. And it's like, it's exhausting. I have people like this in my life that I love, 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 love dearly, but I'm often like, I can't imagine like having that in my head, like constantly, like if it's like a hamster wheel. If I don't make sure it's okay, then everything's going to fall apart and I got to make sure everything's okay. And it's like, I feel like she's like on this little hamster wheel in her brain. So I don't think that it was like intentional. Like I'm just going to show up and yeah, I don't think it was like intentional. I think it was just, again, like kind of being in my head about a whole bunch of stuff and then like getting sidetracked. So the sidetrack would be doing her workout and then realizing she needed to be somewhere and left. I don't feel like it was like, again, your best bet is like perception. It's no big deal, wasn't intentional. She probably had other stuff to do. Like people will apologize to me for not texting right away or for not emailing right away. And I'm like, well, I just always assume everybody's busy and they'll get to me when they have a chance. I don't think that it's personal. And my whole world has calmed down the minute I stopped thinking everything was personal. Like, it's not about me. They've got shit going on. They've got stuff going on and like, they'll catch up to me later. So make a plan with her. Hey, it looks like you were pretty busy. I'm sure you had somewhere to be. Maybe next time we can talk, or maybe we can meet up for coffee, or keep it super light and know that it's not really about you. I really feel like she's just in her head with a lot of stuff. And like, it just felt very busy, not avoidant. Okay, Mariana. Okay. I feel like moving out in November. So it feels like before the end of the year. And I feel relief with that. You're welcome. Don't think it's weird to ask. It's not. Sorry, I'm going to just jump back to him real quick and then I can focus on you. It's not weird to ask, how's your birthday? Like if you think it's weird, then you'll make it weird. Like it's that belief system, right? If you believe it, then it is. It's hang on, Mariana. But it feels like don't make it weird. Just hey, how's your birthday? Want to hang out? Okay, so Mariana, it actually feels like both moving. Like it feels like selling the house, both moving out, like getting a good deal, both moving out, and I feel like you moving into a townhouse type situation. And it feels nearby. It doesn't feel really far. And I feel like from you, a sense of relief, like it went better than expected. And they're just saying, don't get caught up in the pettiness of it. Don't get caught up in the pettiness of it. Like, it doesn't need to be tit for tat and like every little thing, whatever. Don't get caught up in that, because at the end of the day, think about what your end goal is. It's not about stuff. It's about mental clarity, sanity, being in a better headspace and a better energetic space. And does that little thing really matter? Like, it doesn't feel like it's a want. It feels like a really good opportunity comes along and it makes sense to sell. Yes, Regine, the list is closed. I'm sorry, I didn't write it yet because KK had to leave unexpectedly, but the list is closed for tonight. She does it such a nice way, but I'm just writing it. That's the feeling I get, is like, it's like they're just saying like, try not to get, because I do feel like I feel a lot more anger from him, and like doing like more low blows and stuff. And it just feels like, you're welcome. Come back next week. It just feels like, don't get caught up in the pettiness of it. Like, don't take the bait. And look, if you don't like what I'm saying, it's not, nothing is carved in stone. It's just like, energetically, this is where it feels like right now, like that it's a really good, like, it feels like it works out better, even if you don't want to. Like, good deal, getting a great selling price, like everything sort of just falling into place perfectly, where it seems like being done. I get it. It doesn't feel like, again, it doesn't feel like I'm moving far. So it doesn't feel like anybody has to switch schools or anything like that. It just feels like getting a really good deal in the house. So it seems silly not to do it. Or like, it seems like more of a, it makes more sense from a financial and everything else standpoint of like cutting ties, making everything clean and neat. Otherwise it's like, they're just saying, don't get caught up in the pettiness of it. Don't take the bait. Like, don't be nearsighted. Look at the big picture. And the big picture is, what are my goals to get out of this as easily as possible, with as much peace as possible. I do feel like you'll be the primary caregiver. It'll be like a primary, I don't want to say like, they'll live with you full time and visit dad. Like, it doesn't feel like it's a half and half kind of thing, but it doesn't feel like it's just every other weekend. So he still takes responsibility for them. I don't feel like he'll move far either. It just feels like less of an issue if you don't stay with the home. That's my sense. I'm happy to be wrong. You can come back here and be like, hey, you were wrong. Never paying you money again. That's fine. But that was just the feeling I get. And it literally feels like, as much as you're like, I want to be in the house, I want to be in the house, I want to be in the house, it literally feels like moving out feels like a sense of relief. Lily, I'm leaning closer to 2 years, 2 to 3 years for being able to retire from teaching. But you're still going to have something else that you do, like either like a little side hustle or something, because you're going to, just for you to do, to keep you busy. Purple Stephanie and Meg Daly, you guys are up. You're very welcome, Mariana. And I'm really sorry that you're going through that. You're welcome, Lily. General reading for Stephanie. So they said, keep your head up and keep your head afloat. They literally said, like, it's like the water is like, I feel like I'm out in the deep end of the ocean, and they're like saying, tread water a little longer. Like the ship to rescue you is coming. And it just feels like financially, emotionally, tread water a little longer. Like it's not. So now they're showing me like having a board come up and lift me up above the water, and I'm okay. Like I realize that I'm okay and I'm not drowning, and I don't. And this literally feels like within the next 3 weeks, like everything kind of comes up and I don't feel like I'm just like treading water. So it's like, just hang on a little bit longer and trust and have faith that everything is working out for you. Everything's going to come through just fine. But I just felt like it's like, when you're in the thick of it, you just feel like, oh my God, can I hold on any longer? And they're like saying, just a little bit longer. It's coming to you. I'm being pulled like heavily, like this is a financial issue thing kind of going on. But I also feel like, your emotions kind of get tied into that. Like, how much more can I handle of like, borrowing here to pay here to, like waiting to pay this bill to pay that, because it literally feels like I'm, it's not even a paycheck to paycheck. It's like, how can I finagle this around a little bit longer, and who will wait a little bit longer for their money kind of thing. And I also feel like changing jobs soon too. Like you'll be changing jobs soon and getting like something a little bit better, or getting more money. Do you also have a dog that required a vet bill or something recently? And it was like, no pets. Maybe this is Meg. Meg, did your dog have a vet bill recently? I know you have doggies. It feels like unexpected. I hope that's helpful, Stephanie. I know it's hard when you're just struggling. Last fall. I'm going to see if I can see pictures of your dogs after this, and I'll email you and see if it's one of them that I'm picking something up on. I actually feel like you're going to switch. It feels more lucrative, and it feels like propelling you to something new. You're welcome, Stephanie. Two months? At most. It feels soon. You're welcome. I have answered people about, yeah, that's fine. I would do that, but that would have to be for next week. Okay. Is it David or David? Yeah, that's my feeling, Meg. That's awesome. Yay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am done for this Sunday. I don't want to be on here for 2 hours, so I'm wanting to tamp it down. Please like and subscribe. David, like and subscribe. So when you subscribe and hit the bell, you'll find out when I go live next time. You can go to my website and subscribe to my website and get 1 email a week. That is all I do. I try not to bombard you or harass you. And I usually send those out on Saturdays. Sometimes it's Sunday morning, depending on my weekend. But I'm grateful for all of you being here. I will see you next week, same time, same place, Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern time. I am always live until I'm not. Have a good night, everybody.